Yes. What's good, guys? It's your boy Musia, who is starting up his own YouTube channel today. So the name of my YouTube channel is Footballers, which will be all about football, obviously, and predominantly to do with the upcoming 2019-2020 Premier League season, which I'm absolutely psyched for. I'm buzzing. Begins tomorrow, 9 p.m. under the lights at Anfield. I can't wait. I hope for much of your love and support, and I hope you guys can help me grow my channel. I'd really love that. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Briefly, what this channel is gonna be about is it's gonna have to do with performance reviews, player insights, manager insights, analysis, predictions, so on and so forth. And today, what I'm going to be doing for you guys is a prediction of the Premier League table from 20th to 1st. Who's going to win the title? Who's going to get relegated? Who's going to drop into the Europa League spots? From 11th to 17th, no one really cares what happens, but we'll do that anyway. And I'm gonna be trying to predict it as best as I can, guys, because I know today's deadline day and transfers are still happening. Big things can still happen. But I'm gonna go off as best as I can. What I can do as best as I can. So I hope you guys can. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So, in 20th, sorry Blades fans, I've got Sheffield United, obviously, well, to get relegated in 20th position. Unfortunately, even though I've seen that they've broken their transfer record three times alone in this transfer season alone, in this transfer window alone, they've broken their record thrice. I just don't think it's enough for them to stay up in the Premier League. I don't really know much about the manager, but I honestly I don't think they've built up their squad enough to challenge and stay up and they haven't strengthened their squad enough to stay up in the Premier League. The standards are too high for them. So for me, they're in 20th place. I'm sorry, guys. In 19th place, I've got Newcastle United. Dear me, Steve Bruce. I'm calling it, guys. I'm calling him to be the first manager to be sacked this season. No, the Newcastle fans cannot handle Mike Ashley as the owner of the club. They just want him out. They don't. They feel that they've dropped from Rafael Benitez, let's face it, the Champions League winning manager, to Steve Bruce. I mean, you can't expect results to really go your way. Yes, they've strengthened their squad, brought in a few good players, but they've also lost the likes of Ayoze Perez and Solomon Rondon, who have been their main goal-scoring threats over the past few seasons. So I just don't see them staying up. I'm sorry, guys. For the final relegation spot, 18th place, I've got Norwich City. The team will be facing tomorrow night, Norwich City. Yes, they are an exciting team. I watched some of the games last season in the Championship. They're not that great defensively, which worries me. Yes, attacking, they're very exciting, to be honest, but I haven't really heard of any incomings into the club, and I also don't think they've strengthened their squad enough to challenge to stay in the Premier League. What worries me the most is defense, guys. You need a good defense to stay in the Premier League, and I just don't think they're gonna make it. Even though they won the Championship last season, I don't see them making it. So those are the relegation spots for you guys. In 17th place, this might shock a few people, but I've got Crystal Palace to finish in 17th place. The reason I've got Crystal Palace to finish in 17th is because I think they've been punching above their weight over the past few seasons. Even though they haven't come as close to the relegation spots as most people predict, I think it's because they have the likes of Wilfred Zaha in attack and Ross Townsend, well-known players, but yesterday Wolf Zaha ended in a transfer request, so there's something brewing in the dressing rooms there. I don't think, even if he stays, I don't think he'll be happy. It's going to cause problems in the dressing room. Why I say that they will just survive is because I've seen they've brought in the likes of Tim Cahill. They're trying to bring in McCarthy from Everton, who I think is a decent signing. But Cahill has a lot of Premier League experience, and I think he'll really help the defense. Like I say, defenses keep you in the Premier League. Is what we witness every season. Defenses keep you in the Premier League, and also defenses win you titles. Yes, you need goals, but you can't be conceding at the other end. So I don't know if Wolves gonna leave within the next few hours or so, as we know the deadline ends today. I'd actually like to see him move to a bigger club like Everton. I think he's got amazing talent, but we'll see what happens. In 16th place, I've got Brighton. Surprisingly, a lot of people, well, almost everyone I know, have predicted them to get relegated. The reason I don't see them as getting relegated this season is because they've got a good defense, but mainly I like their manager, Graham Potter. Come up from the Championship, yes, he does not have much experience, obviously, in the higher tiers of football. But I watched a few of his games, especially in the League Cup when he was the manager of Swansea and they got knocked out against Man City. But within the first 60 minutes, he was 2-0 up against a top Man City side, a Pep Guardiola side. So I think he's going to bring a bit more excitement to Brighton, and I see him keeping them up actually. In 15th place, I've got Aston Villa. Now, the reason I've got Aston Villa in 15th is I think they will survive, and I think they should survive because they are a Premier League established club. They are a big club who are meant to play in the Premier League. I like what they've brought in. They've brought in almost an entire new squad. I know that can affect squads like we've seen with Fulham last season. Sometimes it's not good, but I see them staying up, especially because they've got more Premier League experience with the likes of John Terry on the coaching staff and Jack Grealish, who I think is a top player. I think they're gonna stay up. I've got 14th place. I've got Burnley. Yeah, Sean Dyche is a pretty decent manager. What can you say about Burnley? Yeah, that's about it. They practically play the most boring football in the world. I've never seen a more boring team. I think even the teams where I'm situated in the area, even they play more exciting football than Burnley. All I see from Burnley is keeper, defender, long ball. But I guess Sean Dykes is doing the best he can with the squad he has. They've brought in Jay Rodriguez from West Brom, who I think is a good signing, but I can't see them doing much this season. You'll just keep them in the Prem. Same old boring football. But we'll see what happens. In 13th place, I've got Southampton. Now, I wanted to predict Southampton to finish higher up, but they also haven't really strengthened their squad. Yes, they've brought in Danny Ings from Liverpool on a permanent transfer. I like what I love the manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl. I think he's a brilliant manager. Managed RB Leipzig to second in the Bundesliga, but I just don't think they'll get into the. I don't think they'll break into the top 10. I wanted them to, but they've also brought in Adams, number 10. He's really brilliant. I've seen him play in the preseason friendlies. Looking forward to seeing him play. I think he's gonna be one of those to watch out for. But in other terms, I think Southampton. I like what Ralph Hasenhüttl does, and he'll bring back the exciting football which Southampton fans love to see. And that's about it. In 12th place, I've got Bournemouth. Eddie Howe, fantastic manager, brilliant manager. But I just see them struggling toward the beginning of the season, which will prevent them from breaking into the top 10. I think he's done brilliantly signing who he signed, bringing in whoever he's brought in. But I see them struggling because they are missing key players at the beginning of the season, especially in midfield. A player I love to see, Lewis Cook. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it for the beginning of the season because he was out with an injury, but I think he's a top player. Callum Wilson to shine yet again this season, I predict. And also a top young player, a young prospect, also injured for them, David Brooks. I mean, we all know he bolstered our fantasy leagues last season. Without him, they lack a bit of creativity here and there. Yes, Ryan Fraser staying in. I don't know if he'll have as good a season as he had last season, but I'm hoping he does because I really like Bournemouth and the type of football they play. So I'm giving them 12th position. In 11th place, I've got Watford. Javi Gracia, top manager, top man, off and off the footballing pitch, always has a smile on his face, loves what he does. I like the type of football Watford play. It's just I don't know what their objectives are. Yes, last season they got into the final of the FA Cup, but they got absolutely battered by Man City. They've got Troy Deeney up front. They've got the likes of Chalobah and Pereira and Decore in the middle, on the wings, Deulofeu. So they play exciting football, but I don't see them actually having any visions or goals for the upcoming season. Maybe getting to a cup final or so. That's all I can predict. Cracking into the top 10, I've got, for 10th position, I've got West Ham. Manuel Pellegrini, Premier League winning manager. Let go of a lot of players, which I think was good, actually quite good business. The likes of Arnautovic, who's been causing endless problems in the dressing room. Andy Carroll, injured after time. Getting rid of wages, those kind of things. Samir Nasri, who I love, but was too injury prone. They've got some top signings in the season, this transfer window. The likes of Sebastian Haller, who I think will shine this season. I think he's a top striker. I'm excited to see the likes of Manuel Lanzini back into the team, and I like what they've got going in midfield. If Jack Wilshere can stay fit, Jack Wilshere, Declan Rice, that's not a bad midfield. I rate that quite decent. I really like that midfield. That could be an England midfield, but it's not that it could be. 9th position. I really had them higher up, but after the sale of Harry Maguire, I'm sorry, Leicester fans, I just don't see you guys getting into 8th, 7th, 6th, possibly cracking into the top 6 if you kept him, but I'm gonna have you to finish in 9th. Brendan Rodgers, good manager, will do an excellent job this season. Keeps the attacking football in. Harvey Barnes, Jamie Vardy, Damari Gray, all that. I just don't see it because you guys haven't replaced Harry Maguire with 4 or 5 hours of the window left. I don't see you guys cracking into the top 6, which I would have predicted had you guys kept Harry Maguire. But I'm sorry guys, I have to give you 9th position. Coming to the top 8, I've got Wolverhampton Wanderers, the team who surprised many last season. Well, not surprised, a lot had them predicted them to finish in the top 10, and they did better than expected. So Nuno, love the guy, love his beard, very nice beard. I'm just a bit worried. I've dropped them from 7th into 8th. I was gonna drop them lower, but I think they've got good squad depth, good experience in the team. I see them just staying 8th. It's a fight between Leicester and Wolves for 8th and 9th, but I think Wolves will just keep 8th because of the squad depth. The reason I see them struggling this season is because of the Europa League, which I think a lot of people have predicted. Thursday night football doesn't go well with the Premier League. Thursday, Sunday. It's a lot of pressure, guys. Squad's gonna be tired. I like who they've got up front. Raul Jimenez, Diego Jota, top players. The pace, Adama Traore. I love the team. So, Ruben Neves, the vision. The defense is top. Connor Cody, brilliant keeper. Top for a team that's not in the top 6. Best keeper all around. Rui Patricio, top keeper. So I see them just staying 8th position. Now for 7th place, I've got a team that might surprise many. I think it will surprise quite a few people, and people are gonna shout at me and things like that, especially my friends. But I've got Chelsea, guys. Yes, the hero of Stamford Bridge, top goal scorer in Chelsea's history, Frank Lampard. They've brought back the loving legend. but I just don't see it happening for Chelsea. Not just because I think Lampard doesn't have managerial experience in the Premier League. He was a top player in the Premier League. That gives him a lot of experience that we don't know about. But I just don't think he's been in management long enough to juggle. He's going to be playing in Champions League, the Premier League. If he gets knocked out of Champions League, dropping into the Europa League, the squad depth, especially because of the transfer ban. Looking at the squad depth, I don't like what I'm seeing, guys. The likes of your striking force not very potent, relying on the likes of Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud, Michi Batshuayi, especially most of all losing Eden Hazard. That's a huge hole to fill. Yes, the likes of Hudson Odoi will fill the shoes, but you're not gonna be an Eden Hazard. Let's face it. I don't like what's happening in the last few hours of the transfer window. David Luiz wants to leave. Who do you have at the back? You have Christensen and you have Zuma. That's not a top six partnership for me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to put you guys in seventh. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans. Who knows? I really want Frank to stay in the job. I want them to give him a chance, and I'm sure they will. So Chelsea fans will just have to bear through the season, I guess. In sixth position, I've got our rivals, so they say. Don't even know they exist anymore, but don't even worry about them existing. They just chat and chat, but no one even cares. Anyway, I've got Everton cracking into the top six for this season. Everton. Anyway, honestly, I like the manager. I think who they've brought in, the likes of Dial from the City, got a few games there. Wasn't quite the level of City, obviously. I think that's a decent signing. Making the loan deal of Andre Gomez permanent, I like that. And bringing in the likes of Moise Kean, top striker, I think. He's going to surprise a lot of people this season. I like him. I like his physicality. Good on the ball. Good finishing. Top man. So I'm really excited to see what Everton have in store. I love the fullbacks. Probably one of the most underrated fullbacks in the Premier League. Left back Luca Dean. Top player. Top delivery. Work ethic. Top of the range. Real top quality. So I have Everton cracking into the top six for the season. If they get the likes of Wolves, that is. So Everton, Chelsea could rotate. But I'd love to see them get Wolves in. They're even looking at the likes of Iwobi in the last few hours, I see. So I hope they really bolster their attack. The likes of Richarlison obviously still there. They've got a really potent attack, guys. Moving to fifth position. Speaking of potent attacks, this season. Whew. Absolute fire Arsenal, guys. I'm sorry, you're not gonna make the top four, but that attack scares me, guys. I can't lie to you. That attack's absolutely frightening attack. I love what Arsenal have done in the transfer window to do obviously attacking options. Pepe, brilliant player. Really took his game to another level last season. Surprised me a lot. Surprised me that Arsenal were willing to splash the cash on him. But looking at the likes of Ozil, well, I don't rate Ozil that highly. Ozil, if they can get him playing well, Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe, that's frightening. Absolutely frightening. But the reason I say Arsenal aren't gonna make top four, everyone knows it. It's the defense, guys. You can't be having the most potent. We learned it. Liverpool, 2013-2014 season. Likes of Suarez scoring 30 goals in the season. Sturridge, Sterling, Gerrard. And then you have a defense that's leaking goals left, right, and center. It just doesn't work for you. They trying to sign David Luiz. Doesn't look like it's gonna. It actually looks like it's gonna happen. Sorry. So I hope to see them progress well. I love Unai Emery's ways of his tactics, his way of playing. I think also they're gonna struggle yet again. The Europa League. I honestly think they'll reach the Europa League final again. So maybe that's the entrance into the Champions League because he has so much experience there. But I think Thursday night football and Sunday night, Sunday evening, whatever it is, it's too much for the players. Their squad depth, playing with youngsters, it's not that great, guys. So we'll see what happens. Top four, guys. Top four. Breaking into the top four. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Our arch rivals. Well, that's also been a while. Man United fans, I'm giving you guys fourth spot. Congratulations. I really think you guys have had the best transfer window of any club around in the Premier League. Well, depending on Spurs. We'll just leave it at that for the time being. Wan-Bissaka, top quality player. Brilliant defending, old school fashion of defending. His tackling is just wow. I don't think I've ever seen a player pass him, really. His legs are just wow. It's so long. I don't think anyone's passed him. Pace, brilliant pace. They've improved where they needed to improve. I think left back might still be a problem. Luke Shaw, depends who he plays, Luke Shaw, Ashley Young. But I'm sure Luke Shaw will do well. In the middle, the top man, the world's most expensive defender, Harry Maguire. Nothing to say about that except brilliant buy, guys. It hurts me to say it, but brilliant buy. Hurts me to say that VVD's been dethroned as the most expensive defender of all time because, in my opinion, obviously he is the best defender in the world at this moment in time. But Harry, if he can look through Man United's history, look at the likes of Faric, Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, the standard you have to play at one of the big clubs such as Manchester United. If he can raise his game to that type of level, I think you guys have got a player that can go on to be one of the best defender in the world in time, obviously. In the middle of the park, Pogba, don't know if he's happy at the club, don't know if he wants to stay, doesn't want to stay. There's been interest the entire summer, Real Madrid, Zidane, would he like to leave? I don't know what's going to happen, but if he stays, he is a quality player on his day, no doubt about it. It's just, does he have enough in the midfield? Do you guys have enough in the midfield? If you guys have a good start, I can predict you guys to even go on as close to second, guys. I really can. Marcus Rashford, out and out striker, I don't know about that. Anthony Martial, maybe. But if you guys have an injury or two, that's what worries me, guys. If you guys have the likes of Pogba injured, where's your creativity in the midfield? Mata, Lingard, yes, but to replace a top player like Pogba, I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I'm gonna give you guys fourth. I think you guys will make it far in the Europa League as well. Well, it depends what Ole has planned, whether he's gonna try and go out of the cup competitions early on and focus just on the league. But I'm excited to see what happens. United have done really good business. Excited also to see the youngster Daniel James. Sorry guys, he could be the one to replace the style of Pogba. Who knows? I haven't seen much of him, but I've heard a lot about him. His pace. I'm excited to see United this season. Hurts me to say it, but I think they'll do pretty well this season. In third position, who would have thought? Being linked with the likes of Dybala, being linked with the likes of Coutinho. Mauricio Pochettino has taken Tottenham to another level, guys. I'm really impressed. They splashed the cash on Ndombele, who's impressed me over the last season. Watched him play in the UEFA Champions League. I must say, guys, I love this guy. Wow, what a player! If I could have signed him, I would have. Honestly, he's such a top player. I can't even tell you guys. The only thing is also what Spurs I'm worried about is the squad depth, guys. Last season, you guys lost the likes of Moussa Dembele in the transfer window. You guys had injuries to Harry Winks, to Wanyama, Eric Dyer. Left you guys sitting with Eriksen in the deeper midfield role, and I didn't like that, guys. You lack the creativity. I think I'm putting you guys in Spurs in third also for the start because I don't see them because of the start. I don't see them having such a good start. I could also see them pushing the title race. I can see them pushing for first, second. Maybe they'll get second. But because of the start, losing Son also at the start, big player. Lucas Moura will obviously step up. Got your big man back, Harry Kane, who I am predicting, by the way, to be the top goal scorer for the season. So now you have my top goal scorer for the season, Harry Kane. Remember it. Defense, capture good players, Alderweireld, Vertonghen. Right back lost Kieran Trippier, so Kyle Walker-Peters gonna step into that role. I don't know if he's ready. He seems a good youngster. I'll be impressed this season with him. Looks like a Trent kind of player. Good attacking, but defensively worries me quite a bit. So yeah, Spurs. I just see the start being a bit tough on them. We'll see what happens. I'm excited by Spurs, really excited. If they get Dybala, I can see them really pushing second maybe. Even first, but I can see them possibly securing second maybe. But the likes of Dybala certainly frightens me. And I've just seen United have ended the interest in Christian Eriksen, which will motivate him to play even better, so maybe he can get a transfer to Madrid in the next season or so. Now for the big one, guys. Who will win the 2019-2020 Premier League season? My team, guys. Are they gonna 30 years? I waited 30. I waited so long, my word. I really thought last season was gonna be our season. Well, that's what we say every season, guys. The Origi goal against Everton, against Newcastle, yes. Salah's goal against Spurs. Guys, everyone thought that was going to be our season. Everyone was frightened, let's be honest. I know you guys are going to hate me. I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can. I know you guys are going to hate me. It's the 30th year now. I think we had to make it an even number. Last year was 29, this year is 30. Seems more fitting. I'm going to go for Liverpool Football Club to lift their first ever Premier League title. It's giving me the goosebumps, guys. I know a lot of people think they've had a quiet transfer window, bringing in 16-year-olds and so on and so forth. But the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back into the team, before he left, we all saw what a top player he was. He missed the whole of last season. So I think the likes of him coming back, Keita coming into his full first season back into the team after injuries. I think he's adapting to the English game. I'm excited, guys. I know if one of our top three get injured, we're in a bit of trouble. We haven't had that. Sadio coming back late. The only thing I'm worried about is, so this is what I've got, guys. Whoever has the better start between City and Liverpool wins the league. First 10 games, whoever has the better start wins the league. That's my predictions. The reason I feel so is because Sadio's coming back from international duty just this week with 5 days to the Premier League. He's just come back. Yes, Mahrez isn't back, but City have the cover, guys. That's the thing. I see us having just played the Community Shield, playing Norwich, and then next week Wednesday is Super Cup. Players are gonna be tired. Bobby coming back from Copa, Alisson coming back from Copa. Players are bound to be tired. Pressure's gonna be a lot. But the reason I have Liverpool tipped to win the title this season is because I think Klopp will realize that the squad is gonna be tired. I think he'll get knocked out of the cup competitions pretty early. Maybe he'll target one of the cup competitions. Who knows? But I see him going out early and focusing on the league to try and help us lift our first league in 30 years. City, brilliant window. Angelino, recently within the past few hours, Cancelo, Rodri, top midfielder. It's going to take some time for him to adjust to the Premier League, but also losing the likes of Vincent Kompany, big shoes to fill. David Silva in his last full season for the club, probably going to give his all, show the type of quality he is. So if also the speculation, will Leroy Sané leave, will Bayern just nick it? I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think City's main target for the season has to be the Champions League. Just has to be. And that's my top for the Champions League, guys. People will laugh at me. I called them for the quadruple last season. Unfortunately, other things took place. I'm happy. We won the champs, guys. 6 times. Had to mention it. But I'm tapping them to win the champs, guys. I think no matter what Pep says, no matter what he says, really, he was brought in to win the Champions League for Manchester City. Done and dusted. That's it. So there you have it, guys. My predictions for the upcoming season. I'm excited. I'm gonna say my top goal. I've already spoken about my top goal scorer, who is gonna be Harry Kane. For most assists this season, I'm going with the best midfielder in the Prem, KDB. Most assists, without a shadow of a doubt. It's between him and Bernardo as far as I see it. Pogba could come into the mix, Trent as well, Robbo as well. But I'm going with KDB. He's back. Last season, City missed that type of player, and they still managed to win 4 titles. I'm counting the Community Shield. It's a title. They were formidable, guys. Let's be honest. They were formidable. Most clean sheets, I'm going with United. Yes, I'm going with Manchester United. DDG, Dave saves. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lindelof not too convinced. Harry will steady the ship at the back. So yes, I'm going with United for the most clean sheets this season. And yeah, that's about my first full video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. To all my friends and family out there, I'm asking for your support. I hope you guys can help me to make my channel grow. It would be much appreciated. There's gonna be many more videos coming in the upcoming weeks. So please like, subscribe, and leave your comments on this video. Tell me what you don't agree with, what you agree with, why don't you agree with them. This is all in my opinion, guys. Let's be honest, this could be completely wrong. Like, I could be so far off. Norwich could even finish in the top 10 as far as I'm concerned. Chelsea could even finish in the top 3. Who knows? So let me know what you guys think. I'm absolutely buzzing for the new season, guys. I got the goosebumps. So yeah, I'm really excited. So see you guys soon.